In this episode, meet a hitman who is literally made for his job, and apparently for snappy dressing. On Cosplay with Constance, meet Ming Chen, who tells us being a comic book man is just a small part of the fun life he leads. Then we return to the cosplayer in the suit who talks about the Lex Luthor rule and has some very exciting news for fans of Star Trek. In the final segment, we have a con tip that's picture perfect, which is why it takes both hosts to give it. Suit up, it's time for some cosplay. Welcome to Captain Kyle's Cosplay Spotlight. Today, we are interviewing a very dangerous man. Well, is he a man? I don't know. He was kind of grown in a vat. I don't know. But anyway, we got Agent 47 right here. Give him a big, warm welcome. I think you missed a lot of birthdays, growing up, so a nice warm welcome now would probably...
Thank you.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Coming from a captain and that.
Of a rowboat.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
So you are a clone, though?
Yes.
Do you have a belly button?
Never looked.
Never looked. Do you ever change your clothes?
No, as a matter of fact, I do not.
This is what you wear all the time.
Exactly. It's funny you should ask. This is actually part of my spring line. Looks a lot like the winter, fall, and summer line, but it's very similar.
Yeah. Lighter weight, I hope?
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's a Under Armour version.
Well, you are a snappy dresser, I gotta say. Is that
That's
a genetic trait that they built into you? Is that clonable?
I would hope.
So, but you're a clone. Do you like that Weird Al song?
Love the Weird Al song.
There's
as well as Dare to be Stupid. That's kind of a theme of mine.
I could see that. But I think you are a clone now.
Yes, in fact.
The science behind your, how shall we say, genesis, not very reliable. A lot of your clone brothers and sisters, a lot of them died young, is what I'm trying to say. It's a shame, and they didn't just die in the line of duty,
You're right.
Are you kind of worried that might happen to you?
Well, it depends on what you consider an accident, But no, I'm not too worried. I'm good. I feel spry for being, 39 years old.
Are you actually 39, or was it accelerated at all?
Well, if you cut my arms off and count the rings, that's the only way to be sure. Kind of like a tree.
We might do that later.
The day is still young.
You had a very difficult childhood, though, I understand. A lot of painful medical tests, injections. Mm-hmm. Did they at least give you something good for Christmas?
Well, I got these. They are silver. They're kind of Christmassy. Eh?
Yeah, they are.
Jingle bells, silver ballers.
At what age did you get those?
Oh, man, I can't think back before yesterday, man. It's all a blur. Lots of drugs, good and bad. Some voluntary, some not voluntary,
So you've been roofied?
Again, the day is still young, Captain.
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway.
So you work for a secret organization. What can you tell us?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Secret.
And
it's an organization.
Well, I think we're pretty much where we started.
I believe so.
With this secret organization that you can tell us anything about. Because they're secret. Mm-hmm. And an organization.
Yes.
So they have a good 401k.
They do. We also have an Adopt a Highway, which is very nice. It's a nice little stretch along I-95.
Good medical plan?
Oh, absolutely. You got to pick up the medical packs as you find them, though. They leave them usually after you've killed somebody, so go figure. There's sort of an incentive plan.
A reward,
yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
You might have gotten wounded moving up to this point.
Right. Killed a guy. He dropped a little box with a red plus sign on it. Regenerates your health. Hits the spot, man. I'm telling you. So
would that help out? Does anybody, or is it only designed for clones?
Well, unfortunately, it's player one game. So no, I think it's just me.
Yeah, that kind of stinks because I got this cough, little backache. I figured that might help.
Don't you have a medical bay or something? Where's Beverly Crusher? Don't you? Isn't that the redhead chick that heals you with a little pen?
Well, we won't talk about Beverly. We'll discuss that later. Don't you talk about my Beverly.
Understood.
You do have a reputation as a cold-blooded killer.
But you try to avoid killing unless it's absolutely necessary, I understand, so.
Well, I'm in a special kind of rehab for that, but old habits and such,
It's like Killers Anonymous,
I enjoy my work, Captain Kyle, so there's always that.
So are these your weapons of choice, or are there other ones you like?
Well, these are actually toy guns that are painted to look like real ones, Captain Kyle. I don't know what kind of show you're running here, but no.
Well, yeah,
yes,
we wouldn't.
These are my weapons, yes.
Yeah, we wouldn't have let you in with the real ones.
No.
But you're a trained killer. You could kill with, like, pow!
Right, exactly. Or, ta-da, look at this, see? Now, I don't play the piano. So, just, giving you an idea of some of my other extracurricular activities.
Oh, so you do, like...
Kinky stuff, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say...
for strangulation? That's weird.
I was thinking cat's cradle. That'd be kind of
yes.
neat. Yeah.
That
be
too.
kind of...
I also volunteer with the Boy Scouts. We do knots and such, so I'm a counselor. Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
I'm glad I don't have a child in the Boy Scouts.
That you know of.
That is true. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Dead. Most likely dead. What? I'm a hitman.
So that is pretty much the retirement package.
That's what, yeah, I would say. We're going to aim high. I think 3 years is pushing it, but 5. I can't even see myself living that long now.
So what are your immediate plans? Because I'm taking it you don't do long-term planning. Like a 30-year mortgage would be way out of it.
No. I was thinking maybe some DLC, maybe a player 2 option, maybe a change of outfit or something. I just have to kill somebody and take theirs. It's the little things in life, Captain.
Well, you've given me an interesting perspective on your existence, but I'm afraid we're just about out of time. I know, shucks.
Continue. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We're going to be back with a cosplayer shortly, right after some Cosplay with Constance.
Hi everyone, and we're here at Walker Stalker Con with Ming for our session of Cosplay with Constance. How are you enjoying the convention, Ming?
I'm having such a blast. Your cosplay is amazing.
Thank you.
I've seen some pretty amazing cosplay out here. People just go all out at this thing. A lot of fake blood, a lot of heart, a lot of imagination, a lot of construction. Like a lot of people look at cosplay from the outside like, they're just, they're whatever. They're playing dress up. They're playing Halloween. No, you guys have no idea the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into these costumes. I admire it. I've definitely gained a huge appreciation for it.
So my next question was going to be, what do you think of cosplayers? But you answered that, so I assume you like them.
I do. I'm a big supporter. I see I just see the heart that people put into it. Coming to events like this, if you see people lining up, you see people coming to these events. They wear it and they're proud. Mike Zapsik, who's on Comic Book Man, when we put it best. He's like, listen, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, the Flash. Spider-Man, they don't really exist in real life. So the cosplay, like getting a photo with a cosplayer in a great cosplay outfit, that's the closest you're going to get to Spider-Man or a real-life superhero. Taking advantage of it. It's cool. It's fun. It's fun.
It's a really good way to put it. Now, would you ever consider cosplaying?
It's so much time isn't involved, and I don't want to come off as the guy's like, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time to do that. I think I need to go to it gradually. I mean, you guys are so good at it. Like, I'm intimidated. You see such great cosplay. Mine are all easy. I've done Kato from Green Hornet. Not that hard. Chauffeur's hat, black mask, leather jacket, black pants. Not that hard. My dream cosplay is Data from Goonies. Now, I know that's also obvious, but there are a lot of elements to that cosplay. And I would love to whip that out someday.
You should totally do it, because I'm working on a sloth costume.
Oh.
Find you, we'll take some pictures, it'll be awesome. I assume you get to go to a lot of conventions, because I did meet you at Wizard World, I think it was the year before last. How many would you say you get to go to?
I'm very lucky. I love going to cons, and if you meet me at a con, I think it's pretty obvious. I have a big smile on my face. I'm running around, I'm partying, I'm hanging out with everybody. This is my element. This is like, if you're telling me, hey man, you will do cons for the rest of your life, I would be very happy with that. I mean, for me, it stems from just going to cons as a kid, going to cons before Comic Book Men was even an idea anywhere, just having so much fun, going to vendor booths, like meeting other like-minded people, meeting celebrities, meeting celebrity comic book artists, stuff like that. Now that I get to be on the other end of the table for a little bit, and that opens up a little more of the con world to you. I mean, I love it. So I think this Walker Stalker, it's late September. This is like my 15th con this year, which it's a lot, but it doesn't feel like that. Don't tell my wife, to her chagrin, my family. Like, I really would love to go like every weekend. It's great.
Yeah. Now, for Comic Book Men, do you work on anything else, or are you just working on the show with Comic Book Men?
No. I mean, the show is actually a very small part of my life. Thank you. I work for Kevin Smith. I work for him full time. I work at the store. I do all his graphic design. I run some of his websites. I podcast on his network. I've worked very closely with Kevin for about 20 years, and that's a dream job right there. The whole TV thing is part of that job. So if I can continue to do all of that, that's amazing.
Now, on all the social media sites, where can we find you or Comic Book Men's page?
I'm all over the place on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Ming Chen 37, MINGCHEN 37. Facebook, just search Ming Chen Comic Book Men. And I'm all on AMC's site. I'm on smodcast.com is where all our podcasts are. All this stuff is basically free advertising for yourself, or just a free way, to either market yourself or just have fun. It's more about fun for me than anything else. You can find me on all of that.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Ming, for taking the time to talk with us today. We enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Back to you, Kyle.
Welcome back to the show. Luckily for us, Agent 47 only exists in video games and apparently some movies. So this person here is not going to kill me today. However, I would like to have him introduce himself. Sir, would you tell the audience who you are?
Absolutely, thank you. My name is Brian Lessick, civic-minded cosplay. Started cosplaying about 2 years ago, and it's been a blast. Met a lot of good people so far, and this is one of my cosplays, Agent 47.
Awesome.
And appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. Of course, you just blew away some of the questions I was going to ask. How long have you been? Now we know.
I read the notes. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
You and your reading. This is one of your cosplays.
Yes.
Which insinuates you have more.
I have a couple. I still consider myself to be a new cosplayer, but I've cosplayed a couple. I think, you've seen a couple of them. I've done Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. I've done. Thank you.
I'm the one who knocks.
Jesse. That's all you got to do when you're at a con and you dress as Heisenberg. All you have to do is go around and say one of either two things. It's either I'm the one who knocks or Jesse.
How about you could go up and say my name.
Say my name.
Heisenberg. Damn right I am.
God damn right. Yeah. So you do that. One of the other cosplays I've done is Macgrath from the infamous video game series. I'm a big video gamer, so more of my cosplays generate from video games. I've been a gamer since 1980. So I have a couple others. I can continue on?
Yeah, please. Tell us.
I've done Rorschach from Watchmen. Thank you.
Nice. When you look at his face, what do you think? What do you picture?
A lot of pain. A lot of pain.
Or a butterfly.
Exactly. I've done Sagat from Street Fighter.
I could see it, yeah.
Yeah. I've done a terrible Lex Luthor, but I'm going to fix that. But you got to do Lex Luthor when you're a bald man. It's like it's in the bylaws or something somewhere.
I think it's rule of cosplay number 378.
I believe so. I think it's in your book. I think in page 94, subsection A. Whatever.
Do you make your costumes? Do you buy? Is it a combination? What do you do?
It's a combination.
You didn't make that suit from scratch?
I did not make it from scratch. If I made this from scratch, it would have 3 sleeves, and it would be asymmetrical and probably green. So no.
That sounds like a cool cosplay to me.
Actually, does.
He's going to go home and work on that now.
You gave me an idea. See, I like that. No, I think it's a combination. I make my own props more times than not. I like to either go through a place, get some props augment them, go to the PVC pipe aisle of Lowe's and go crazy and buy all kinds of stuff and make my own. But more times than not, what I'm trying to do is assemble bits and pieces from different sources. Like for instance, I mean, Rorschach, you don't just go to the Rorschach store and buy a Rorschach outfit. You buy the pieces, you get the right trench coat, you get the right hat, you do research on the character and piece it together in an image that you see, not as opposed to someone else. So
Are there Rorschach stores though?
There should be. I mean, that's just my opinion, but yeah. So.
Well, that's very cool.
Thank you.
What do you do when you're not cosplaying?
Like I said, I'm a big time gamer. I love video games. When I'm not gaming, I'm probably thinking about gaming. No, I also have a job. I do have
a
that.
job?
Yes, I almost forgot the thing that I do almost all the time.
I heard a rumor.
Yes.
That cosplay can cost some money.
A little bit.
So.
A little bit, yeah.
A job, I guess, would help.
A job does help. Have to have a job. Job is first.
I should get one of those.
Get one of those.
Anyone looking for a talk show host?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I do have a job. I'm a writer. I am a technical writer at a job inside the Philadelphia Metro. So that's a lot of fun. So when I'm not writing there, I'm also script writing. Wink, wink, hint, hint. I write scripts.
You wrote a script?
I did.
Several scripts.
I've heard you've written some too, as a matter of fact.
Do you ever co-write a script?
I have, but he's very difficult to work with. And
I know. I've heard. He's a diva.
I mean, incredibly attractive, though. I mean, I have to give him that. He's a good-looking man.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's him, everyone.
I thought you were talking about Eric.
Well, yeah.
Eric the Smoke Moran. Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't blow my own horn because don't bend that way. Would you tell them a bit about what we wrote?
Yes. We have co-written a Star Trek fan film and several subsequent preludes to that film. Wow, what are we up to now? Something like 100 pages of a full-length movie that we've done, and that is with Together Brothers Productions and Farragut Films. Yeah, amen. They do great work. Cheap plug here, but we're constantly, trying to put out new and great material. We've worked with Stan Lee. We're working with Michael Rooker now. A lot of big name actors. Ivy Doom Kitty, Eric the Smoke Moran. He's one of the co-producers along with Dave Turner. And some other people I hear are going to be starring in the film. Yeah. So
maybe someone who's a captain?
They might be a captain.
But he's not playing a captain.
He's not playing a captain. It's weird. It's a whole convoluted
very
thing.
Strange thing.
Demotions
I bet they put him in a red shirt. Just you watch. He's going to be in a red shirt.
Yeah, so there's that. And on a personal note, it's been a blast working with these guys. This is my first time really getting to speak in public about my involvement with the project, but it's been an absolute blast. These guys are amazing talents. I was brought in to basically co-write, and from day one, I mean, we just had this awesome synergy. It's a Trek Isolation is what it's called. I forget if I even mentioned that. Thank you.
About time.
Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, I'll give you the title. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on MySpace and Facey pages and all the kind of nonsense. But
I don't think we're on MySpace.
I don't think
I really hope we're not on MySpace.
I don't know when it comes out. Stay tuned. We'll get back to you on that. But it's going to be a blast. It's going to be an amazing project, and we look forward to having you all there for it.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you.
So how much did Eric pay you to say all this? Just curious.
He's behind the curtain now with a gun to my head. You need to mention my name 3 times, minimally. No. Eric the Smoke Moran. He is a personal friend of mine, one of my idols in the cosplay world. And
did he
get
you
guy.
Started or kind of
He got me started. He got me started.
See how we segued back? See.
Would you like me to tell you that brief story real quick?
Sure.
Okay. So as I said, I've been cosplaying for 2 years. The very first con I ever did was RetroCon, and that was 2 years ago. And it was a great show. And I remember going as Sagat from Street Fighter, and I said to myself, I'm only going to cosplay once. So I put together this really not so great Sagat, and I go there. And within a minute, everybody was, wow, that's really great. Can I get my picture taken? It's awesome. I said, okay, great, sounds good. And so I'm getting my picture taken with a couple of people, and everybody, all of a sudden, these faces in front of me just turn. And I'm like, what's going on? And there was this applause, and I'm thinking, hey, I'm doing great. I look over my shoulder and it's Optimus Prime. And that was a mind-blowing, life-changing moment to see Eric Moran as Optimus Prime. So that is the moment that I said, I need to be doing this. This is a blast. This is so fun. And he's really taken me under his wing, as well as other cosplayers, and it's been a great ride ever since.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
And RetroCon is also a great show
It is.
for anyone to go to, in cosplay or not.
it's an absolutely awesome show. Yeah.
Tony and Rose, looking at you guys. Thanks for putting on a great show.
Absolutely.
I think we're out of time. I
believe
really
so.
hate, because we could chat like this. I think we have more time. No, unfortunately, we could talk all day.
Absolutely.
And it's a pleasure having you on the show. Thanks so much. We do have to go to some con tips, but we're going to be back shortly. So thanks so much.
Today on Cosplay with Constance, we bring you another con tip with Captain Kyle. And we're going to be discussing posing for pictures and the appropriate etiquette that goes along with that. Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. We did talk about the proper way to ask a cosplayer for a picture in a previous con tip. But we also want to talk about if you're a cosplayer and someone stops you for a picture, which happens to both of us quite a bit, you don't want to just pose wherever you are. If you're in front of a vendor booth or blocking an escalator or in the middle of a hallway, you don't want to block traffic. You want to make sure that you move to the side, you move out of the way. You got to be courteous. I mean, there are some cosplayers who have an attitude like, well, I paid to get in here, so I can pose where I want, and they'll pose right in front of a vendor booth. But the vendor paid so that they could sell stuff. And this is how they make their living, so they need to have some consideration.
I definitely agree with that. And don't block food. If you block food from me from taking a picture, I might run you over.
I think she would do worse than run you over. Her and food, oh my God. You don't even want to know.
Now, is there anything else with posing for pictures that we could talk about? I mean, of course, don't block any emergency exits as well. Don't block food or bathrooms.
Well, those are do's and don'ts, but we also want to be aware of, those are the rules. But if you want to take a good picture, you want to definitely make it a dynamic pose. You know, if you just stand there like, it's not a very good picture. You want to, if you're in character, you can actually look like you're in character. You can get into an action pose if you have a prop weapon, which again, we had another con tip on that, be very careful with those, but you can be in an action pose. Don't be like stiff and out of character. Don't be too awkward. She's awkward all the time. So if you want to take a good picture, put some emotion into it. Get into a dynamic pose. Bend those knees. Get into like you're in the middle of the action.
All right, I think that's all we have for our content for today. Thanks for watching. Back to you, Kyle.
I'm confused too.
Well, thanks for tuning in. That's all the time we have today. And again, thanks so much, Brian, for being on the show and
Thank
not
you.
shooting me. For everyone out there, hope to see you on the con floor. And as always, have fun and cosplay on.
Interested in cosplay but you're not sure where to start? Get my book, Elements of Cosplay, Costume and Beyond, available on Amazon.com. Thank you for watching Captain Kyle's Cosplay Spotlight. If you enjoyed this episode, here's a few more you may enjoy. And don't forget to click the link to subscribe. Have fun and cosplay on.